Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gifts, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome, glad to have you here. Oh look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee? I don't drink coffee. You sure? It's cultist coffee. What makes it cultist coffee? I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it. Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is great to see you. I feel tired and exhausted. I have been working, it seems like nonstop, but I have been getting a lot of stuff done. We will talk about that here in just a moment. But hope you are all doing very well. The holidays are now upon us. I'm about to start. I can't do too much work today because I got to get ready for Thanksgiving starting about noon because my first Thanksgiving is tonight. But for now, welcome to my home, welcome to the office, and welcome to the morning grind. I hope that you are also feeling the holidays are in the air. I am trying to not completely panic over here. I wanted to have other things done before this moment, but I've been working on quite a few things, like the letters from Santa, the Christmas package that I wanted to send out this year. And like I said, I had just enough time to try to execute that project right now. Oh, see, I even sent out, oh, look, okay, so I think Mike got one. I sent out a few of the like sample letters to people who were on the Kickstarter. I sent out a few of those so that some people could see them physically. So I sent out some sample letters, and that included part of the Purr story in there. And I was working scope creep again, call it scope creep again. I was working with the um Purr and the Winter Warlock story, and I had left it alone for a few days, but I'm like, okay, now I need to go to layout so that I can go and have that printed. But there was something in the back of my mind that was a problem with it for that had been bothering me all those days, and I was like, it's just supposed to be a short story. That's because I was big on that too. Like, how long do I want this to be? It really can't be, take longer than 15 minutes to read because I want it to be a bedtime story. But there was something that was not happening in that story that really needed to. And then yesterday I was like, okay, screw it. Okay, can I add this in here? Can I try to get this going? I add this element that it was missing. And I worked with it last night, spent a few hours with it last night, and now it's fantastic. Now it's fantastic. Yes, it is a little bit longer now, but this element, which is an arc, whenever you got something you want to make the story stronger. I mean, as we used to talk about quite a bit when we talked about the story structure and so forth. The structure, the archetypes, lean into those, and then the story gets better. So, in fact, it was one of my favorite story structure archetypes that was missing from that story. Whereas obviously it's kind of the hero's journey on Purr's part. And there was a part of it that was really missing there, and I put it in, and now I just love it. I just love it because I thought, well, if I ever do something like some kind of video or something for YouTube, I can add it in. Then I was like, no, but then I was like, no. If you know something's wrong, and it needs to be fixed and can be better, like I'm gonna go and do it now because it needs to be, it's gonna be printed, and it'll forever be that way. And go ahead and make it the best it can possibly be. So it's a little bit longer now, but it is. I'm looking for something. I'm looking at something else, but now it's better. It is so much better now. I was looking for. I did put up. I've only gotten to do one, but I have. I'm gonna have to find. I find it this way because I did also start a Christmas of Ice and Iron YouTube channel, and I did one about Purr. There we go. Switch account over here. Which I put out a little short about Purr. That, I mean, as far as YouTube goes, YouTube doesn't put my stuff out all that often, like say Facebook does. But let's see, Christmas of Eisenmeyer. And I want to do more, but I haven't had time because I was working on some other things. But hopefully, maybe I'll get to put out some more Purr shorts, Christmas of Ice and Iron, putting that link in there. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So I mean, there's the Christmas of Ice and Iron, and then I got. Let me see if I can. It may not share. It may not. I don't know what I did with its audio, but we got little kitten here. It's just the start of the story. Oh, isn't she cute? And then the owl flies up to try to guide her. So maybe I'll get to do some more of those. I've got other things I got to do before Christmas, and actually, the priority is to of course, get all the letters and everything like that mailed out. Uh, and I got some sample cards. I made up cards from Santa Claus to go down and take to the North Pole Express train that's not far from here, where the Santa Claus is on. The kids, come in their pajamas and they drink hot chocolate with Santa Claus on the train and go for a train ride. I got to get down there, and I want to tell people about what I'm doing. Let's see. But yeah, I got a box here. This is a really fun project. It's one of those things like, okay, you just have, start earlier next year. But we got letters here. I've been getting the letters ready, putting somebody's address that way, but getting letters ready. These all have the address labels on them. this is the ones ready to go. The first envelopes that are ready to go. I got all the shipping labels right here. There were, everybody's address labels. Got them here in this box. The only thing that the only thing I'm not doing this year, that I had started to do but decided it was too much, was I'm not doing custom stickers. Each one of the letters includes a sticker sheet. And I had started working on custom stickers because wouldn't it be great to get custom stickers that you can't get anywhere else that are sent to you in the little packages here. But I'm running out of time to get custom stickers made because I got to get the book printed, which is more important. So I just ordered some sticker sheets, some Christmas sticker sheets that look really nice, and they are on their way. So the sticker sheets this year will not be custom, but oh well. Doing all I can with what kind of time I've got left. So I have been working on that. Well, there are different places online that you can get custom stickers made. I had priced out a couple of different places, and I even realized that I could get them made. Here's one of the. Oh, I got little Merry Christmas seals to go on the back when they are sealed up, so they'll get that on the back. But I found that I can get a custom sticker sheet made that actually fits inside an envelope, so I don't have to cut it or anything like that. So that's nice. But I'm gonna have some Christmas stickers that aren't custom this time, but I think it's gonna be fine. So that has been a all-consuming project over the past few days. And I really got to get this book finished. I need to read it out loud one more time, and I might do that at the end of the morning grind today if somebody wants to stay with me, if they want to hear it how it is now. But for now, let's get back to our main topic. And I've got Thanksgiving tonight. I go to my brother's house tonight, and then I go to have Christmas with my father's side of the family tomorrow. So I'm going to be in the middle of the holidays, and I got to get ready for that. So starting in a couple hours, I'm going to be in the middle of the holidays. But okay, so we were kind of working to hack the OSE here, the old school essentials, because my saying was that I feel closest to the metal right there. And it's been easiest to design with. And I think we have a lot of really interesting stuff here. Not perfect, like Mike was just talking about with the kitten. But a pretty reasonable place to start, and then later maybe put this into some kind of document or something. Okay, so now let's talk about inventory. Let's go ahead and start with that. Starting fresh. I did want to make sure that I got out. What was it? Torchbearer. That was it. Oh, just a second. Let me find it. Oh, I'm not sure where I put that. I did find my iPad though, which I thought was worried might have actually been stolen. So, okay, iPad here. Well, I'm not sure where that book went. Well, I'm not sure where that book went, and that sucks. It's sitting around here someplace, but I've had so many books around here. Oh, hey. Hey, PH. I have not. Rodrigo says, did you try other AIs to check the results? I have not yet, but I have, and I will. Now, this is the first I actually just started this kind of project here to experiment with Gemini, because Gemini 3, when Gemini 3 came out just a few days ago, I really hadn't used Gemini all that much. Although I will tell you that since Gemini 3 has come out, I really have not been back to ChatGPT very much. I have a little bit, and it was to do exactly what you're talking about here, with some other projects, which was okay. I'm gonna run something through one, and then go over to another one and run it through and check. Like I did that with to do copy editing for Purr. I sent that through, and I was very like, the last time I tried to like, really copy edit like a story with AI, it wouldn't do it, basically because you say, hey, I need to do like a line edit and a copy edit of this, change nothing else, but just make sure that the copy editing is right, and then not too much longer through it, you'd have like it adding new characters and all of this. But I was impressed that now, then I said, all right, I want to copy edit this section. And it actually found like errors of verb tense, where I had inconsistent verb tense in a paragraph or things like that. And, didn't try to rewrite everything. It was like, hey, this line, this line, this line. And I did that with both. I did that with the Chat GPT and Gemini 3. And, uh, going back and forth. But I think that's a good idea. Uh, like especially if we're doing with the math or something like that. But I don't know if that's so important. But the other things like that may have some good ideas, because there are things that one picks up on, the other one doesn't. So we'll toss it back and forth later, I think. Good morning. Lots of people coming by. Great. The Great Old Ones channel. I know YouTube has changed up the way that it displays the names here. So good morning. Hey, it is fantastic to have you. And hello. Well, great to have everybody. Hey, did we actually even breathe and sip? Let's sip to everybody in the comments, and then we'll get started. That was a sip for the comments, and now let's breathe and sip. In order to decrease our stress, like all of a sudden not being able to find the book I needed. Let's breathe and sip. We will take 2 deep breaths, complete inhales, complete exhale, deep inhales, complete exhales, and then, Charlie. Okay, that's Charlie. Okay, Chop, that's Charlie. Okay. Deep inhales, complete exhales, and then take a sip of our favorite beverage. I have water this morning. Here we go. And sip. Oh, good. Great Old Ones says as an OSE runner. So that's great. Well, you can get us, bring lots of insight, I'm sure. Okay, so let's say, okay, let's start working on inventory then and equipment. Yes, I want a slot-based inventory system. This can be based on strength, or at least be modified by strength. And the inventory system that I most enjoyed was in the Torchbearer RPG. Are you familiar with it at all? Let me try one more time. Aha! Okay, I knew it was around here. Okay. So I got the book. I knew it had to be sitting around here. Okay, so yes, let's see. Let's see if it picks up on the kinds of things that I really liked about the Torchbearer inventory system. So, okay, it is a masterpiece. It says, okay, a masterpiece of inventory as gameplay, which is yes, part of this that I really like the. Well, we should talk to it about this, but yes, that the inventory actually needs to matter. Yeah, it was. It was. I still had the dictation going. It says anatomy matters. You have hands, torso, head, and belt. Where you put something changes how fast you can get to it. The pack shuffle, getting something into or out of your backpack is an action and often risky, whereas grabbing something from your belt is free. Light is life. You cannot map or search effectively without light, and light usually occupies a hand. This forces the sword versus shield versus torch dilemma. Uh, Here's the system that hybridizes the torchbearer slot systems with an OSE strength score. Okay. Items you can use immediately, free action, or part of an attack. Hands, premium real estate. Right. Yes. Weapons, shields, torches, lanterns, maps. Some of the weapons require 2 hand slots. Body slot, armor and robes. Burden count, head 1 slot, belt 3 slots. The Batman zone, it calls it. Yes. Small items only: dagger, potion, scroll case, pouch of coins, key ring. You cannot hang a battle axe from your belt. It must be in a hand or slung pack. The pack slots are slower access. You must own a container to have these slots. Satchel, backpack, or large sack. The top item rule, torchbearer style, you may mark 1 item in your pack as top. This can be retrieved as a movement action faster, and everything else requires digging. Total capacity is equal to your strength score. Sum up every filled slot. Add +1 burden for medium armor, +2 for heavy armor, +1 for heavy wide items. So yeah, it's not just about weight, but also about bulk. I like that. To make slots valuable, we need strict stacking rules. Torches, bundle 3 in 1 slot. Rations, 3 days, dried 1 slot. Water, full water skin slot. Ammo, coins, 1 slot. Treasure versus supplies. Making a dilemma loadout. Okay, so yes, generally speaking, this is kind of the direction I want to go because I want inventory to matter. I don't like tracking things pound by pound or ounce by ounce because I just don't feel like that adds fun to the game, period. What's adding fun is having to make a significant choice and actually having the equipment be important choices that you are making during the game. Nobody needs to worry about having their inventory overloaded with a whole bunch of things like a laced handkerchief that you picked up 4 adventures ago that you thought was important and is now just hanging around your character sheet. Let's see. Let's go to where inventory is actually explained here in Torchbearer. Inventory 35. I also like having slots for different body parts, comma, yes. And then we can constrain equipment to those slots. Especially magic items, so that you don't have to worry about certain overpowered magic item combos simply because they go in the same slot and so can't be used together. So, okay, so I'm looking here at Torch. It's been a little while since we've looked at Torchbearer, and I remember really liking it when we went through here. So let's see. Let me go ahead and send it to chew on that while we come up with while we review here. I'm about to provide some more information on the things that I really liked about Torchbearer in just a moment. Period. So please consider this and then stand by. So, yes, okay. So in Torchbearer, there were 6 inventory locations: head, neck, hands, torso, belt, and feet. Each location can hold a limited number of equipment. Head and neck each have 1 slot. Hands can hold 2 worn items and 2 carried items. The torso has 3 slots. Your belt has 3 dedicated slots for your weapon, your pouch, and your water skin. And of course, you can wear something on your feet. So we don't have to worry about like pants here. That was the thing. We don't need to worry about like pants because, okay, you just wear pants, but that's not an inventory slot. And so you're not worried about how do my magic pants integrate with my magic shirt or something. It's just not there. It's not part of the game. So with the hands, 2 worn and 2 carried items, um, I guess that means you can have the rings, like so, 1 ring per hand or gloves. Yes, using slots for tactical dilemmas. Uh, a backpack or satchel worn on the torso increases the number of items you can carry. You can also carry small and large sacks in a hand to further expand your inventory slots. So each piece of gear or loot is therefore listed with an inventory requirement, how many slots it requires, and where it can be worn. You will find a diagram on the back of the character sheet that determines exactly what a character can wear and carry. Oh, and by the way, I want to be able to do this a lot with cards. So each piece of gear or loot is listed with an inventory requirement. Okay, yes, we just said that. When carrying an item, write it in the appropriate space on your inventory list. Some items, like a spell book, require more than 1 space to carry. If so, write it onto multiple spaces. A bottle is listed as a pack 2 in the inventory list. It requires 2 spaces to carry, either 2 hands, both slots of a small sack, or 2 spaces in a satchel or a backpack. Some of them do have multiples. But we are not trying to track everything that your character is carrying. We are omitting all kinds of tools and special bits required to make your skills: pots for cooking, shovels for digging, paper for writing. You're assumed to have these so you can use your skills, so don't worry about listing them in an inventory system. Only list the important extra stuff. Yeah, it does. And I don't know how that will actually work because I'm also a fan of the 1/2 a page kind of character sheet. But maybe that's the kind of thing that goes on the back. I'd like a Diablo style uh, character, sketch. Where you're dropping all of your items into the onto the character. Uh, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Although I do want to be able to have cards too. I also want this to be able to work well with inventory or equipment cards, but let's see. Torchbearer has head, neck, hands, torso, belt, and feet. Head and neck each have 1 slot, and the hands can have 2 worn items or 2 carried items. So I'm assuming that's like the ring on both hands, or 1 ring on each hand, as well as holding weapons and a shield, or magic gloves. The torso has 3 slots, and the belt has 3 dedicated slots for a weapon, pouch, and water skin. Period. Another thing that I really liked about the equipment in Torchbearer is that it doesn't have anything that doesn't matter. Period. Like in other role-playing games, what's the difference between carrying water and wine? Question mark. Probably only what's made up at the table, comma. But in Torchbearer, if it's a piece of equipment, it actually has a function, which is really nice. That kind of goes along with our idea of each weapon having a different kind of function rather than just trying to differentiate between each other on the basis of damage. Let's see. Mike says, what about the top part of the character sheet and bottom part is inventory? Yeah, I mean, it's going to have to be something like that. I haven't tried to lay it out yet. This doesn't, the little inventory thing here on, because it does keep things on the same side. Yeah, this is not this. Right, can you see here? That's the little diagram that Torchbearer has got, and I mean that doesn't take up that much space. So I think it's okay. So it would be best if it does work that way. Water or wine? Great old school, great old ones channel says water or wine should have a function. Eating is an extended dungeon run should matter. I mean, I agree. So food should have a purpose. So this is more of a gamist kind of approach, but that's kind of what I'm going for here. That I forget exactly what the difference between like water and wine was, but I liked reading all of those because there weren't that many of them. I don't think you need that many. Well, no, if you're going to use, but if you're using cards, you're not doing it on the character sheet. I mean, I'm trying to make the character sheet something. It came out with like, okay, a play mat here. Okay, well, I guess you could use a play mat or something. But it's really easy when you use something to hand it over. Worn helmet. Okay, so yeah, so I think that since we just have our light, medium, and heavy armor, that needs to be on the torso slot. And then the head slot, that gives you something else. Hood, mask, goggles. It could be helmet, but helmet needs to do something other than the armor. I like that. Neck, amulet, scarf. Yeah, the amulet, I guess magic amulet is, or holy symbol. Yeah, holy symbol on the neck. 3 slots, body armor, container, and outer. Let's see, worn. Yeah, 3 different things that are worn on the torso. Belt, weapon, pouch, and skin. Yep. Hey, good morning. Great to see you. Good morning. Yeah. Let me see if I can find what that difference was. Where is equipment right here? Magic inventory. You would think it would. Oh, yeah, it is kind of like right here after gear here. So like this says, like for the food rations, fresh. Okay, this is fresh rations. Fresh rations are good eaten. They're bulky, but they can be preserved to last longer and take up less space. Cost and inventory is enough for 2 meals. A portion of fresh rations can also be easily stretched to cook by a cook to provide meals for your whole crew. Rations preserved. Pickled, salted, brined, dried, and smoked. Preserved rations don't taste great, but they're better than nothing. Cost and inventory is enough for 3 meals. Water, 1 draught of water alleviates the hunger and thirsty condition. Requires a container like a skin or a bottle. Wine, when consumed, so that's like a condition. So thirsty is a condition. Because this was a very, very much a condition-based game. As far as damage goes, as I remember, you were accumulating different conditions and things that were going across. Wine, when consumed, 1 draught of wine eliminates the hungry and thirsty condition, or grants 1d to recover from the angry or afraid. Requires a container like a skin or a bottle. So wine will help you 1d to recover from angry or afraid, whereas water does not do that. So there is a difference. Jugs hold 3 draughts of water or wine. A bottle contains 2 draughts of water or wine. So, hey, good morning. Like wine, basically, yes, a potion of courage. Exactly. It's kind of like a potion of courage here. So, like, are we making this like a video game with armor and equipment slots? Kind of thinking so. Without like an infinite number of slots, like so, like there's no pants slot here. We're basing this off Torchbearer. I've got the Torchbearer book out here, but in the greater environment, if you constrain Like somebody might say, well, why can't you make, if you can make a magic shirt, why can't you make magic pants? Right. But if you constrain from the game perspective that there are certain types of items that go in certain slots and we only have certain slots, then we don't have to worry about uh, ridiculous combos and things like that when you get them together. But yes, but also this inventory system is based on putting different pieces of equipment on different parts of your body. Feet, worn boots, sandals. The pack is where the strength score comes in. Instead of counting pounds, strength is your burden threshold. Heavy or bulky kind of items here. I agree that the slot mechanic makes inventory tracking easier. I much prefer, even if you're not doing like equipment slots on the body, if you're just doing slots, doesn't Shadow Dark just use slots? I think it does. With like bulk, I mean that makes things so much easier. Okay, backpacks and satchels. A character may carry a backpack or a satchel. A backpack takes up 2 worn slots in your torso and holds 6 items. Okay, so um, well, in this system, flavor text is banned. Well, I'm not going to. We can have some flavor text, but yes, if an item card exists, I kind of want it to have to solve a problem. And we haven't talked about rest and things yet, so it's not. It's kind of working things out, even though we haven't defined how we're going to be resting yet or anything like that. But yeah, so like water refills stamina during a short rest. No water, no stamina recovery. But wine or ale removes +1 immediate +1 to fear saves or removes the shaken condition. But counts as 0 water because it dehydrates, which is exactly what we were talking about here. I was talking about in the comment section. Oil, fuel for a lantern, and can be thrown. But yes, this is kind of the way. Yeah, and it seems like there we're talking about volume, right? Because it says that like the jug can contain 3 draughts. Where was that? Like we're looking at. The bottle is a container for 2 draughts of water and wine. Water or wine. But like a bottle, it takes up 2 inventory in your pack. 2 pack items. Your like I believe water skin. Yeah, skin, bottle, jug, 1. Where's skin? Water skin or wine skin, can be on your belts. That's like your canteen. Does this, and so yeah, an abstract system where things solve problems, I think, is best. Dungeon gear, chalk, function. Garlic and herbs. Okay. Yes. Okay. Then you also can wear backpacks and satchels on your body. For instance, a character may carry a backpack or a satchel with a backpack taking up to 2 with a backpack taking 2 worn slots in your torso, but holding up to 6 slots worth of items. A satchel takes up 1 worn slot on your torso and can hold 3 items. Period. I also think that the light, medium, heavy, and extra heavy armor needs to go on the torso because those are our armor categories. The helmet needs to have a different function entirely. We also have extra heavy armor. Great Old One says, 50 pounds of coins might fit the volume, but it would burst the seams of a common backpack. I mean, good point. Good point. How much did like a pouch? How are they handling this over here? Well, okay, yes. Pouch. Well, let's just say coins over here. Let's find belt. I don't see. I don't. I'm not seeing. I'm sure that's. I'm sure I'm just overlooking it. Talking about how many coins you can hold in a slot. I think that's part of the abstraction. Okay, torso conflict zone. So none or robes leaves room for everything. Light armor, okay, I guess that's the way you go with it. Light armor will take up one of your torso slots. Medium armor will take up 2 torso slots. Heavy armor will take up 3 slots. Is that see? Well, okay, torso over here in this system over here has 3 slots, but maybe it's okay for 4 over here. Slots, if done correctly, account for both weight and volume. Now I agree, because that's like the bulk instead of like what is. It's not just about the weight of the item; it's also about the bulk and size of the item. Especially if you're talking about like what can go in a backpack, it may have a problem with weight. But if it's just too large, it also can't go in the backpack. But sure, I mean, but I think you take that into consideration, like with how many coins can be in a slot. I mean, a lot of games have that, right? So extra heavy, 4 slots. You're a walking tank and cannot carry a container on your back. Containers take up slots, but then provide extra capacity. Outerwear takes up a torso slot. So loadout example would be something like the scout, who is the thief, wearing light armor, a backpack, and a cloak. That is 4 of 4 slots, a perfect fit. The soldier fighter might be wearing heavy armor, yes, and a satchel, 4 of 4 slots, no room for a cloak or a backpack. That's why you would wear a satchel rather than a backpack, because you're just running out of space. The tank, like the paladin, extra heavy armor, 4 of 4 slots. Must rely entirely on belt pouches and hands for items. So since armor class is handled by the torso, the helmet protects the brain, not the body. Helmet open or closed. Prevents incapacitation. Yeah, we've got this idea that we're going to save if we take actual wound damage. So normally when you take wound damage, you make a save versus paralysis. On a failure, you're incapacitated. Although that may be too, like, what I think is this is giving us, I think, is just way too brutal. It does remind me of GURPS with shock. In GURPS you have shock, where if you were hit for a certain number of points of damage, in the next round, which is only the next second, you are negative to your actions the number of points of damage that you were hit for. And I was seeing that some people did make that more brutal in their games, where that actually extends over multiple rounds and goes gradually away. And there was some type of advantage, of course, to mitigate that. That's kind of is what that reminds me of. I like stunned or something like that. I think that, it does give a reason for a paralysis save. So save versus paralysis, or be stunned for the next round or something, not incapacitated for multiple rounds. In that case, you might as well be dead. But here, okay, we're suggesting that, okay, the helmet might have that function. With a helmet, you are only dazed for 1 round and can stay on your feet. Sacrifice, you may choose to have your helmet destroyed to negate a breach die that would otherwise kill you. It rang my bell rule. So it does like those kinds of things. The shield rule, the destructible shield rule, often comes up with people. But yeah, I suppose you could do something similar with a helmet like that. A breach die, if a breach die would kill you and you were wearing a helmet, maybe be able to sacrifice it. So, oh, that's getting fancy. The heavy armor card would be wide, covering 3 of these slots physically. That's also like, that's like Maul's Ritter, right? Okay, I'm not really ready to be talking about the physical layout yet. The backpack is a separate section. The number of here requires, depends on the equipped container of the torso. Okay. So equipment card, backpack, slot torso ×2, adds 6 storage slots. Accessing items here takes 1 round or more. I really want to lean into the idea of actions using hit points, which is kind of like an index card RPG thing that uses the hearts. Like if you're trying to do something, how long will it take you to do it? Instead of having things be instant, it's going to take a certain amount of, effectively hit points in order to do it. So, you could even do that with trying to get something out of a backpack. This is so keeping track of burden. So heavy armor, burden, like equipment backpack is burden +2 empty plus whatever the contents in it are +3. Instead of the lighted circles, I think handling light by conditions is pretty good. Rations prevent hunger. Yeah. So burden scores number of cards equipped. Include the container card itself if you want, or count it. Let's count everything. No, I think we have to count everything. Let's not worry about the physical layout right now. Let's not worry about the physical layout of the cards or anything like that at the moment. Let's just assume that we're keeping this all in the character sheet for now. We need to get the system itself down. Let's see. What else is over here that we might look at? Over here, it's like saying each character's belt has a slot for a one-handed weapon or similar item. This is slung on your belt in a scabbard, quiver, or by a hook or thong, or even just jammed into your belt. If you're not carrying a weapon on your belt, you can stick another appropriate item in the slot, such as a hatchet or a bunch of wolfsbane. The one-handed weapon is carried on the belt if it's needed for combat. In order to use the weapon for combat, you must have a free hand. If you don't have a free hand, you drop what you're holding in order to take the weapon unless you state otherwise. Two-handed weapons can be carried with a single hand, but may not be slung. They require 2 hands to use in combat. If your hands are full when you engage in combat, you drop whatever you're holding in order to wield your weapon. Clothing items may be worn in the slots provided. A cloak takes up 1 worn slot in the torso. Jewelry like necklaces, torques, and brooches are worn about the neck. A ring takes up 1 worn slot on the hands. Gloves take up both hands on the worn slots. Sacks within sacks. If packing full sacks and other sacks, the bundle requires inventory space for all items. So a full small sack would take up to 3 spaces. So a full small sack would take 3 spaces in a large sack, 2 for the contents and 1 for the sack. If you pack a second bundle like that into the same sack, it only costs 2 more inventory slots, since small sacks only take up half an inventory slot each. Okay, has an encumbrance kind of thing right here. Let's see. Okay, well, hey, let's have it. Okay, so head, neck, hand, torso, feet, belt, torso. We went 4. Okay, we'll have to see how that goes. Pack, defined by the container type. Burden, okay. Okay, unencumbered, burden is less than or equal to strength, normal movement. Overburden, movement is halved, disadvantage on stamina rolls. Crushed, cannot move. Who had who's got the best system for encumbrance based on this? With slot-based systems. Let's come up with a basic list of classic fantasy equipment that's often present in role-playing games and include their location and slots, comma, and function. TSL Frontman says the SAC concentration. The SAC concentration of this section has to be some of the densest in the world, especially when you're putting sacks in sacks. And I got the big sack here that's filled up with the small sacks. But I guess you have to do that. I think that's part of, like, in order to get treasure out. You know, I guess it's making you think about, okay, I got the dragon's hoard here. Well, did you bring enough sack? Have you got enough sack to get that dragon's hoard out of there? Leather, let's see, yeah, leather armor. Okay, but we're going to call that light, medium, and heavy because we don't really care what the armor is made of. We're just making it right here. That's all this is. Saks Fifth Avenue. All it's missing is Saks Fifth Avenue. Yes. Helmet. Okay, heavy boots. Negates movement penalty in rough terrain. Winter cloak. Survival. Prevents freezing condition. Required. Fine cape. Okay, well, we need more than that. That's right. I got some sack, but not enough for all of that. I just Googled the World of Warcraft equipment slots. That might be a good place to start from. Hey, let's take a look at that. I remember World of Warcraft equipment slots, like the trinket and stuff. World of Warcraft equipment slots. This says equipment slot. So World of Warcraft, there are 18 equipment slots on a character as well as 4 bag slots and a mount equipment slot. I don't remember mount equipment. That must have come later. A combination of equipment slot and item type is the first characterization of most items used. So armor, the 8 armor slots may have one of 4 types of armor: cloth, leather, mail, and plate. Each class may equip only certain types of armor. Well, we're going to have that issue too, right? So the classes need to say what type of armor you're allowed to wear at all. That should definitely be a class-based restriction. Head includes things like helm, helmet, mask, lens, monocle, cap, headpiece, crown, circlet, shroud, cowl, hood, headband, goggles, coif, headdress, chapeau, and barb root. Shoulders. Oh, yes, the shoulders. Armis, spalders, pads, pauldrons, mantle, monions, epaulets, shoulder pads, shoulder guards. I don't think we need shoulders. Chest, robes, vest, tunic, armor, wraps, harness, hauberk, jerkin, chain, breastplate, blouse, chest piece. So it has armor. Oh no, excuse me. The 8 armor slots may hold leather, cloth, chain, or plate. I see. So head is an armor slot. Let me bring this up over here so you can also see it. So I was like, okay, so this is in addition, but it's not. So here's what I'm looking at. So the armor slots are head, shoulders, chest, wrist, hands, and waist, and legs and feet. Yeah, we need simplification of that for our purposes. Because I'm not trying to get you to build out your armor like you are in World of Warcraft, but head, shoulders, chest, wrist, hands, waist, legs. And yeah, unfortunately, if you're not doing legs, then you don't have like chausses. Non-armor goes on the neck, the back, the finger, and there are 2 finger slots, a trinket slot, a main hand, offhand, and then a decorative item. There will be nothing of the like tabard or shirt. Those are decorative, and then bag. And then there was like ranged ammo or something. What was the Diablo spells? The Diablo 2 inventory slots or equipment slots. Yeah, this page is having some problem. Diablo 2 inventory slots. Come on now. Diablo 2 inventory slots. There. Maybe I'm searching now. Just these equipment slots can get deep. How deep are we going with these equipment slots? Not too deep. Not too deep. I mean, because it's still like we don't have a computer system to manage all this for us. So I think that the depth of Torchbearer is probably just about right. Give me a illustration here. Let's see. Yeah, the old 4x10 grid. Inventory in Diablo 2. What is all of that right there? So that's head, neck, torso, belt. Well, that's very that's very similar to what Torchbearer has, right? Right. Yes. The Diablo 2 had the classic paper doll plus box equipment outlines. So this is 2. I mean, isn't that basically actually what Torchbearer is basically giving us? We got well, they've got hands as well as rings. So actually this has a lot going on with hands right here. So you can wear gloves and boots, a ring on each finger, a amulet. I do kind of like the term for like trinket there, because then that lets you hey, is that an amulet that you're wearing? Is it something that you've got in your pocket? Is it whatever? Trinket is a little bit more generic. It's just that you get one of them. You get one of them that's equipped and usable. So the magic of your amulet conflicts with the thing in your pocket or something. But so that's very close to what Torchbearer has got. Head, neck, which would be like amulet, hands, torso, belt, and feet. But then you get 2 hand, or you get 4 hand items. So this gives you an extra hand. This gives you an extra hand because it's giving you gloves. This is the classic right here. So that's much more simplified. That's closer. Well, okay, so this one doesn't have like no, because belt is handled someplace else. Actually, the functional belt, yeah, Diablo actually had the functional belt with the hotkeys, right? So that's kind of like that's more like what the belt is in Torchbearer. Hands, torso, helmet. Or head. What about Diablo? Is this Diablo 3? Yeah, Diablo 3 gets complicated. Even more so. So Diablo 3 does have pants. and it's adding on shoulders in classic Warcraft fashion. But I do kind of like the. But I like I like so many of them add in slots for equipment instead of having to manage weight specifically and manage ounces and pounds, but don't integrate like the equipment slot area. Okay, well, we have been going for an hour here, so I think I am going to have to go here. I was thinking about reading the Per story, but I think I will not do that right now. We'll save that for another time because, yeah, I got about an hour and 15 minutes, and then I have to really start getting ready for Thanksgiving. So, all right. So this has been a fantastic discussion again. These are all these morning grinds on this subject, like the game kind of design or game building, often have a lot of comments in the comment section, and I really like interacting with everybody. So we will continue with this, but for now, everybody, go forward, enjoy your holidays, and I will see everybody later. Go forth, be creative, and be constructive. Later, everybody.